Hello. So, I'd say today's a solid yes. I did do that thing today. And basically, what I did is, as soon as I got out of bed, did my usual get ready stuff. Ate, walked dog. And then I, uh, I wrote down more stuff about, like, my character, the indie notebook. And I did some preparing for today's session. And I kind of finished writing down like the spells I can use and their descriptions. And after tonight's session, there's more spell descriptions to write down because we leveled up, and that gives us extra spells and attacks and such abilities. So I got a couple more things to write down in preparation for next session, but not near as much as I finished today in preparation for tonight. Tonight went a lot smoother than the other nights. I'd say it felt like not so much happened. That's probably because we weren't so much on the ropes this round. Because the past two sessions we've had were we got dealt a lot of damage, and a couple of us came very close to dying in the story, in the battles, and this time that didn't really happen. I know it got too close to dying. It didn't feel like a lot was at stake, but there were some interesting story developments that happened, and that was fun. It was fun to see. There was some interesting details that we didn't get the chance to see in other sessions. And so I think the plot is moving forward at a little bit of a heavier pace. But my friend who's the DM, who's like controlling the story, is really upset that we killed his latest big boss monster so fast. Like, it got like one move off, and then we finished it with a bunch of really strong attacks. It was funny. But yeah, no, like we didn't really we weren't really at risk, and I suppose it didn't feel so eventful that way, even though it was plenty eventful. After all, we last time we like defeated a basilisk, and then we came back down. We went back to the town that we had been in and kind of recuperated, and then we went back out to hit some caves and such that we had been too afraid of going into before. And so, because of that, we leveled up, and when we came back to the cave, when we came back to the cave, we were ready to face another bunch of stuff. And that worked out just okay for us this time. So we had a good time. It was still really fun. I'm still excited for the next time. But yeah, it didn't feel quite so exciting this time. It's just a little less feeling involved, I guess. But I'm very glad it's still going. But that was today. Tomorrow I have a double shift. I have a little morning shift and a little night shift. And they'll probably go a little while and keep me occupied for a good amount of the day. But for the amount of day I'm not occupied, I don't know. I might bring a book to read between shifts. The book that I've been working on. I haven't finished. Yeah, that book. I read a little bit more a day or two ago, and it's still a good book. Great story. Stuff's happening. Things are looking a little dire for the characters, but it's fascinating what is being uncovered. And that little fascinating part is happening a lot slower than the rest of the stuff. It's not like it's filler, because it's stuff that's obviously happening and having an effect on the eventual outcome, but it's stuff that I don't want to see as much as, like, the real development stuff, the mysteries to be solved and stuff like that. So, that's why I'm taking forever to read it, because every time I think about reading it, I'm like, it's not a slow part, but I can't get past the slow part unless I read it. I don't skip reading. But as that, so yeah, tomorrow double shift. Don't know how much I'll get done of anything, but I have been getting the urge to write a bit more. So I suspect I'll be doing more of that soon. Got to finish that one short story I was working on, and then get back to the book that I was working on. Got to finish that whole arc, the whole first book arc, before I allow myself to play Elden Ring. But I didn't make the same promise on Elden Ring as I made on a few other games, like when I got into Hollow Knight for a couple weeks. And I went through the game of Hollow Knight, and I kind of beat the game. Granted, I didn't 100% it. There's still plenty of things that I could do that rely on, like, a lot more grinding, because you have to do some, like, boss rush stuff and some other just kind of game extension pieces that are incredibly difficult and challenging. But I beat the main game, and I'm happy with that. That being said, I do plan on continuing, or not continuing, but restarting, in fact, Hollow Knight. I've been feeling like playing again, and I want to start from the beginning, and I want to record this time. And I will be making some low-effort Hollow Knight videos to send out to YouTube. Don't know if it'll be happening daily, and I know Meet the Maker is still something that I have all these projects. I make several projects, and now I'm going to continue very slowly and surely through them. Meet the Maker is going to take its own amount of time, and Hollow Knight, well, I know how long that took the first time, and it's probably going to take just as long, if not longer, the second time, because it'll actually be content. So that'll be fun. I plan on making somewhat lazy videos for this Hollow Knight series that I plan on going through again. It's just going to be like, fairly unedited, like 10 to 20 minute clips of me just going through the game. And I'll keep my focus on it. So, like, I'm not going to have something playing in the background. I'm going to have my mic on throughout the whole thing. And for when I do release those videos, if there's dialogue from myself, I will be having that in. I'm not going to add any background music or anything, because there's plenty of ambient sound effects and background music that Hollow Knight has on its very own. So I'm going to play that. I'll have videos of me playing that. And I decided on this today. I had the idea today. Well, I had the idea like yesterday, and I decided on this today. Because I feel like another Hollow Knight playthrough. I want to go and try again. So that'll be that. And that's everything. Today, tomorrow, here's Siren. So, Pooch, I just took on his last walk for the night. I just got back from D&D, and I walked him. So he's resting now. He's ready for the night. Nice and relaxed. That's all three of the things. You got today, you got tomorrow, and we got the dog. So, thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share with me your thoughts in the comment section below, and share me with your friends, family, acquaintances, associates, anyone you think might be interested in my channel. Help me expand my audience. Had to change up words there from that usual send-off. But anyways, that's everything. Good night.